the revolution will be mobilized. And if you get that, you're going to win. And if you don't, I'm sorry. User really is king. So in the marketing world, we all recognize that. Every marketing person recognizes that the user really is king. The challenge sometimes is making the brand kind of understand that the user is king, because they like to say, well, these are the products and services that we have, and push them out to the consumers. Well, they kind of push it out in a very broad spectrum, like kind of one size fits all. But in actuality, users like to be a little more customized. And if you're not really focused from that perspective and delivering content in that way, you're gonna have a really tough time keeping the hearts and the minds of your consumers, because it doesn't feel customized. It doesn't feel right to them. I work with Samsung, Nike, Bank of America, Target, Moet Hennessy. I've worked with some really outstanding brands. The mobile application and the mobile devices, while it was exploding, it was still, a second thought, maybe even a third thought to the IT team. And it was owned by the IT team, right? So now in today's marketplace, that mobile infrastructure is absolutely front and center in the CMO's office, right? It's on his desk. He or she is a part of that strategy from day one. That has to be the first priority, right? And this is the reason why. It's pretty simple and clear. So if you think about it, from a global perspective, 50% of all of the transactions that happen online from a buying perspective happen on your phone, on your mobile device. Over 50%, right? That's an astronomical number. Those companies who have a mobile application, and those companies who just have an optimized website that is mobile friendly, because the content is not as rich, right? It's not as dynamic. It is not really a one-to-one relationship. And I think those things really translate, and consumers feel that. So they want that relationship, they want that content to be dynamic, and they want it to be very personal to them. I think what Pinxter has done quite remarkably is they've been able to put together a platform that gives brands a little more flexibility in that conversation. It's no longer, static. It has to be very dynamic. It changes on a daily basis, really more like an hourly basis. So now it's like a living and breathing application. So you really can change it. And I think where Pinxter really delivers, its punch is that from the outset, like from the very, very beginning, there's a strategy involved, that they're at the strategy table. They're not at the execution table of the mobile application part. And I think that's where a lot of brands go wrong. They come in as a partner. We want to partner with who really don't understand the business principles within the organization or brand. They have to go hand in hand. It takes the weight off of the shoulders of the brand or client. Their level of expertise that's really, second to none. But most importantly, you're going to find that they all think from the end. They think from the consumer's perspective, right? At the end of the day, what should the consumer think or feel or experience about my brand? And when you think that way and you move in that direction, you're always going to win.